Hi, this is Jeff French with Chess Tech for You. Today I'm going to talk about the Chestnut Evo and some of the third-party apps you can install on it. It's typical to any Android operating system with the caveat that you probably want to use it to do something chess related. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a chess app. There are some nice utilities that you can install that may replace some things that are pre-installed. Um, and just some other things where you may just want to read a chess book or something like that. And it wouldn't be specific to chess, but it would be specific to reading ebooks or PDFs or something like that. And I'm going to show you those. So let's go ahead and go to app the app window on the Evo. And like I've stated before in the overview, there's a couple pre-installed applications, but not many. Basically, the calendar, the clock, files, Firefox, and then settings. And I think that is pretty much it. Like I've told you before, I actually install another file manager called CX File Explorer. I like that because I can actually set up a network connection to my uh, desktop that's on the same local area network at home, and that way I can go and grab chess videos or chess books or pretty much anything else I have sitting out there. And most of the time, I don't have to download them to local storage. Like I can just play a video directly from one of these directories or something like that. So that's the reason I do that. You may not be in that situation. You may not need anything else other than the typical files application, the file manager that comes with on the Evo, which is typically part of Android as well. But I do, and I can recommend, even if you don't do the network stuff. This has some nice features. I kind of like it. It's free. It's easy to find. It's on app to IDE. Go grab it if it's something you think you might be interested in. Let's talk about the app to IDE uh, store just a little bit. In order to get that, um, you're going to have to actually go. Let's close this down here real quick. You're going to have to go into Firefox first and actually find the app to IDE uh, website to download the App Store first. And again, you just go to the web store, and it will come up and say app to IDE download, and then it will allow you to install. And it may come up and tell you that you need to change settings so you can install from external devices. Just follow the prompts. It's simple enough. So, and then at that particular point in time, you can go ahead and install pretty much anything that's available on the app to IDE store. So that's how you would do that. Like I said, the other store that I have is F-Droid, and this is all open source stuff. It's kind of the same idea. I do have a couple applications that I have installed from F-Droid, but you just do a search. Bring up the icon, the hourglass, do a search, type in what you're looking for, or just search for general. I could just type chess, for example, and there are some things out there. So it's just another app store that I've installed, and you may have to go and find the APK for that. So if I was looking for the F-Droid APK, um, I might just type F-Droid. And I don't need the I don't know what the heck it's doing that for. So anyhow, so just search for F-Droid, and you know you probably can go to the, or and there's where you can, actually download F-Droid from too. So it's not hard. Again, it's an APK. It would download it and say, do you want to install it? Again, you may have to change the settings so you can install it just like you did with apt IDE, but after you typically do that, you don't have to do it a second time. When you try to install games from either of the stores, you may be prompted again to allow that to do the installs for you for both of them, because it needs to know, individually that they are allowed to install applications to your device. And again, just follow the prompts. It's not hard. So, so those are the two app stores I have installed right now. Just looking here real quick and seeing if there's anything else that's not specifically chess related. Yeah, I use this thing called SMB Sync too, and basically what it allows me to do is, as I update, games or magazines or whatever the case may be that I also want installed directly on the EVO file system, I can just go and, you know, click on one of these. I've got it set up so it automatically grabs it from my network share and, just copies it. So I don't have to, go through the process of going through the file manager to do it. It's just an automated way of copying files over to the EVO that I use, regularly. So when I get the next Chess Life magazine or something like that, I can go grab it and didn't really want to bring that up. And speaking of Chess Life and books and magazines and stuff like that, I use something called Librera, and I do recommend that you get the one that's available in the F-Droid store. It's called Librera FD. This is basically the same exact thing as if you got the Pro version and you paid for the Pro version, with the exception you can't actually save it to Google Drive, sync if you had it on multiple devices. So you're reading a book or a PDF and you want to save the place that you were at. Librera allows you to do that by basically saving the location that you are in a particular, book or magazine or periodical or whatever you're reading inside Librera. And so you go to the next device, you bring it up, and it's automatically synced to that location. You can continue on doing what you're doing. The problem is because EVOs don't support the general Play Store environment. It doesn't really support Google Drive either, so it doesn't really matter that the F-Droid version doesn't have that. So, but it still gives you the Pro, functionality that you would typically get if you actually, downloaded the free and paid for the Pro. So, and it's free. You can get it on the F-Droid store. So, and that just basically allows you to bring up, magazines and stuff like that. And I could, could right now go to, a board, and just get back there a little bit, and I could, expand it. And I'm doing this on the EVO now, so, and I could expand that so it could see it, and then I could turn on the do it this way. Turn on the Chestnut Vision, and all of a sudden the lights are showing, based on, what the positions on that board are telling me, there's things that aren't in sync between what you're seeing on the screen and what's on the board. And that's what Chestnut Vision really is about, allowing you to synchronize and know that you're accurate in what you have on the board versus, what you're seeing on the screen. And if I could actually move inside of a magazine, but I can't inside of apps and stuff like that, then I can, follow along, on the physical board and even make the moves on the physical board generally, if I'm on a website or in another application. So that's just an example of why I use Librera. I can read EPUBs, MOBIs, PDFs, Word doc files, literally anything that it's typically a document that I can read. That's a document in digital format. So that's kind of handy and very nice. And by the way, if I actually go back into Librera and go back into the Chess Life, it saves exactly the page I was on, regardless of whether it's Google Drive or not, and that will do it for anything that I've brought up in the past. And so that's kind of it's a nice application if you do want to use readable media, digital media, digital books, magazines, etc. On your EVO. So I do recommend that application. The other thing that was, you know, from the F-Droid is the Droid VNC, and again, that's how I actually allow myself to, you know, use the mouse to control the EVO from my laptop, which I'm recording on, so I don't have to, use the screen, on my fingers or some pointing device to access it. So anyhow, and like I said before, that icon and that icon are all about the Droid VNC. It's related to that, and you wouldn't typically see that on your screen. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and turn off Chestnut Vision for a little bit. and again, at any particular point in time, and I probably should have mentioned this in the video that I did for the ICCF server because I was left-handed. I talked about I needed it to be on the left because I was playing black at the time, and when I brought up the game inside of Chess PGN Master, I noticed there's a couple issues with it, and I'm working with the author to get those resolved, hopefully, and the programmer. And until then, you basically just rotate the board, put the screen on the left-hand side, and flip the screen. But if you ever want to flip the screen, the easiest way to do that is just to click and scroll down, and that right there will flip your screen upside down. It is actually flipped on the EVO, but you can't see it because the VNC says, "Hey, I'll take care of that for you." So yeah, let me flip it back over. So anyhow, so now the EVO and the screen are identical. It's kind of funny you couldn't see it, but it did flip it. I guarantee it. And you basically just do the same thing again to click it and flip it back. It's not difficult. Anyhow, so some of the chess applications that I may use on occasion, Analyze This and Chess IS. They're both analysis applications, and I can play games in either one of them against an engine if I want to. Again, I could turn on Chestnut Vision and control it all through the board. Chess PGN Master and Chess Dojo. This is a game playing application. What's nice about it is it allows you to choose a lot of different personalities. So we've talked a little bit about in the overview about going and setting up personalities and playing against an engine on the EVO. And in some instances, after you use whatever free personality builders that you can, typically it's around 10. After you do that, you have to start paying for the ChessMine platform. And if you're going to just set up personalities on famous players, may be better off just to go grab Chess Dojo and just use one of the personalities that's already built in. So, and there's a lot of them. So I mean, Fisher, and some of them aren't famous. There's just a simple one, but then there's Spassky and Steinitz and Petrosian, and there's quite a few here. I want to say there's over 30 of them. So it's a way that you can change, what his level of play is, and even how much time you're allowed, and stuff like that. What side you want to play, that kind of thing. So that's a pretty nice app. And again, Chess Dojo and Chess PGN Master, which again is all about accessing PGN files. And I actually had a file open at one time. As a matter of fact, that was the ICCF game that I was using, so it automatically remembered that and brings it back up. And it's showing me what's different between the board and squares. The yellow squares are what the differences are, but the board also shows me, it lights up the LEDs, so you can see that. There's some other functionality of Chess PGN that you may be interested in. If I didn't want to actually edit anything and I wanted to make sure I didn't edit anything while I was analyzing or whatever the case may be, I can go into view mode so things don't get updated. and probably couldn't analyze in that particular instance because I'm only viewing, I can't make changes. So I could step through a board in view mode and not have to worry about changes. There's the guess the move option, which allows you to play puzzles. You load in a set of tactics like from Texas Nights. We had tactics time puzzles from Tim Brennan. The chess correspondent, there's typically some puzzles there as well. You could load in a PGN file from that, which by the way we are starting to provide for the chess correspondent now as part of the email that you get with the digital magazine. And so you could load that into Chess PGN Master and play those puzzles directly. So it's kind of neat. So, and the other thing to be aware of is, if I'm sitting here playing a game and I'm, down to a particular point, I could actually, start the UCI engine and I could actually play, against, from that point on. It is a PGN master, and in some instances, ICCF does allow the use of engines. So, you can actually, take advantage of that if you so much wanted to. But typically, I like to play without engines. Unfortunately, right now in this game, I'm playing against a game that I could use an engine, but I don't. I just figure if I'm playing against an engine as an engine, what's the point? So you're always going to pick the best move, right? I mean, and if there's two that are considered the best, then you have a choice, but it's still quote unquote best move as far as those engines are concerned. So it becomes an engine versus engine game, and I just don't see the point. But hey, some people like it, I guess. So more power to you. So anyhow, that's just PGN Master, and again, it's about loading games, PGN games and stuff like that. Let's see what else I have. I have, Chess Opening Master Pro. This is where I could actually, play around with openings, use them, study them, and it will quiz me. I can pick a opening, and you know study openings right here. So which is nice, and the fact that I can download the pro version for free is kind of neat too. So that's kind of neat. So something to grab. Let's see what else do I have. Oh, that was another one that I installed. This was I was trying to install the Google Play Store. And this kind of gives me some information about, what the processor is on the EVO and stuff like that. Because Play Store, is different depending on what, configuration the device has. So I was trying to get it, but I never was successful. So hopefully, maybe Chestnut Tech will, or Chestnut Tech, however they say it, will add that at some particular point in time. It would be nice. So, the next thing, there's a couple interactive book applications, and again, this is totally usable with the Chestnut Vision. This is an interesting situation here because if I actually turn on Chestnut Vision, it's not going to do anything. And the problem is there's multiple boards on the screen. Okay, you see that? I mean, it's got the big one, then the smaller ones. A way around that sometimes is you can go into split screen mode. Okay, so basically I just hit the square. It basically allows me to change to a different window here, and I showed that on the ICCF video that I did. But you can click on the icon above when it's in that mode, and you can go into a split screen mode, and then you just pick what you want at the bottom. And what's nice about this is, I guess I could scroll a little bit here too. So I can get to a point where it's small enough, then all of a sudden, the lights are coming on showing me that board because there's only one board on the screen. So that's kind of a workaround if you had to. You could do that. The other option is if I'm sitting here like this, I could also, go over to, I don't know, maybe I can't actually, I wonder if there's any other way to get the board. I think I turned it. Yeah, that's the board. Yeah, it's already there. So anyhow, so it doesn't look like it can actually expand this particular window, which is unfortunate. But again, you know, there's ways you can get there. It's unfortunate you'd have to scroll in the window too, but hey, what are you going to do? So anyhow, so again, like I said, sometimes you can actually move this up so it's smaller or larger. I don't know if I could do another split screen or not, but anyhow, just be aware of the split screen. It does actually work pretty well. Go back to this. Go back. Go back. Let me have it back. All kinds of fun. Give me grief here. There we go. And to get out of split screen, you just scroll it all the way to the bottom. You're out of the split screen mode. And I'm back to where I was. And again, there's also the New in Chess interactive books as well. That's the app for that. When I originally, I think when I originally did the overview video, I said that there was a problem with the forward chess app running on the EVO. That has been fixed. I'm happy to hear and see. But you also have the option of going over to Firefox and just loading in the forward, going to forwardchess.com or whatever the URL is, and access your interactive books from there. And that actually worked okay even for forward chess, but the apps do work quite a bit better. So anyhow, so those two applications, and I don't know that I have too much else installed here that I actually use. I just like to have a couple other analysis available. I feel the analysis portion of the EVO right now is not exactly as good as it could be, and I just plus I like bringing in PGNs that I haven't actually played on the EVO engines from one of the other applications and analyze them directly, so without having to upload them to ChessNewTek or ChessNutTek, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's kind of nice. VLC is, of course, for playing videos. I hadn't mentioned that. That isn't a chess application, but I could sit here and watch a movie if I wanted to. But typically, I'd go to my chess videos, and got a great courses chess out, from Jeremy Silman. I could sit here and open it up and start playing it. And the neat thing about that is while I have the Chestnut Vision on, with the screen on the board, it'll actually, show me the position. I could change to it. I could pause the video, that kind of stuff. So, and I'll go into more detail. I'll actually show that a little bit in another video, just so you can see it. I don't think there's really too much else. Be aware that the master games are just part of the Chess Mastery. It's another add-on you can download for inclusion in Chess Master. It's free. It just gives you access to master games, and then what I can do is I can go search master games and go find one. And I got a game here. I haven't entered enough values. Well, whatever. I just don't care. So hold on for a second. Can I search a position? Let's see if I have a position that. Oh yeah, there's somebody actually found that, played that same position. It ended up being a draw. Hey, that would be pretty freaking awesome, to be honest with you, because I'm playing against somebody that's rated 900 points above me. So if I could get a draw out of it, that would be awesome. I probably won't, but anyhow, so that's kind of cool. So I can, and then something else I'll show you here just real quick, and I'm going to flip the board here, so white, on the bottom, black on the top. I can sit here and hit the play button, and as I'm playing, making the moves on the physical board, it continues the game. So I can step through a game quite easily using Chess PGN Master. And it's showing me the exact moves that I need. I don't even have to look at the screen. I mean, it's showing me the moves that are being made. And it'll sit here and wait until I make that move. It's not like it's on a timer or anything. It's actually using the Chestnut Vision. Well, Chestnut Vision isn't required on this. It's using, communication with the board to recognize when the board and the application are in sync. And then that, continues on when I'm in play mode. So And I can sit here and step through this entire game just like this, and if I was reading, a interactive book, this is a good example of it, and I was watching the board as I was stepping through the game. I could, read what was, being talked about in the book and stepping through the game. And it's kind of cool. So yeah. So anyhow, whose move is it even? Oh, it's Black's move. So. But anyhow, as I'm going through the the moves, it's telling me exactly what to move. And again, I don't even have to look at the screen. So this is pretty cool. And I think that's really about it, for this particular video. As always, if you have any questions at all, you can certainly contact me. I've given you links to my Facebook page. You can contact me on Messenger. I have a Chess Tech for You Gmail account. Again, just check chesstechforyou@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you might have. And this isn't just for the Chestnut EVO either. I mean, if there's an application you use and you're trying to figure something out, or there's a website that you like to use, but you haven't quite got it figured out yet, or literally anything. And again, a different electronic board. I do have quite a few. I have an EVO, I have a Go, I have an Air, all from Chestnut. I have a DGT Pegasus, I have a DGT Centaur, and I have a Square Off Pro. So if any of those boards are, things you use on a regular basis, and you have some questions you may need answered, and you haven't got, some support directly from the manufacturer, maybe I can help. And I'll be happy to try. No guarantees, of course, but I'll be happy to try. So I think that covers it for this video. You guys have a great one, and we'll be back soon. Thanks.